So furthermore, to add on to the background of Jackie Robinson, after he came out of the Army from being acquitted of charges for not wanting to give up his seat on a segregated bus, that took place back in around 1944, he left the Army um, and began playing with the Montreal Royals. But before then, he was with the Negro Leagues. But before being added to the Montreal Royals, Branch Rickey, the president of the Dodgers, which was, I guess, a co-team of the Dodgers, Montreal Royals, came and basically recruited him. And Branch Rickey was the first to integrate African Americans into the major league, and not many people were too satisfied of this change, especially when it came to whites in the South. So around April 15th, 1947, he was the first African American to play in the major leagues. As said before, not too many people were happy of this change, and many people fought against it. Not only did he serve as a major figure in sports in his time, but he was also a major activist in society, period, just fighting for social change. As I said before, he was basically he withdrawn from the Army due to conduct of not following rules with segregation back in those days. So, as said by article that I was reading, that he was basically the first Rosa Parks before Rosa Parks was even identified or was known, when it came to giving up your seat for whites and going back to the back of the bus where blacks were supposed to, were accepted and were to be seated. Along with that, we all know he was the first African American to be inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962. Along with this, after all his achievements and outstanding batting averages, he went forth to continue to be the voice of for African American and athletes just in general, really taking a stand for social change, being an activist around that time of Jim Crow laws and the civil rights movement. He was a part of the NAACP organization, along with being a being a reason for one of the first black banks to be open around that time as well. So his hand in social change in the era of when racism was just extremely high, he made a great impact.